How should you react when someone disrespects you in public? How should you respond when someone makes an unpleasant joke that makes you feel inferior to others? What's the right way to earn respect, even if the person disrespecting you is someone who habitually devalues others? In this video, you'll discover psychological and behavioral tips and tricks that, from the moment you start using them, will help you handle the situation and immediately earn the respect of people. So, watch this video until the end, and we'll tell you exactly what to do when someone tries to embarrass you in public. Let's start by explaining why these situations happen and why people don't respect your presence. It's almost always not because they hate you, dislike you, or have something against you, but because some people are opportunistic by nature. These types of people will always try to succeed at your expense. They are commonly found in friend groups and workplaces, trying to use others as stepping stones to climb the hierarchy. They always aim to outshine you. But to prevent them from using you as their target, you need to start imposing respect. What exactly does imposing respect mean? It's not about forcing people to respect you, but not tolerating them, taking advantage of you to show off. If necessary, you must even be willing to remove yourself from the environment if you see that your presence isn't respected. Avoiding getting to that point is ideal, and for that purpose, we'll provide you with some tips to handle situations where someone tries to demean you in front of colleagues, friends, or family. Before we continue, please support us by liking this video and subscribing to the MindSpectrum channel if you haven't already. Without further delay, let's go straight to the first tip: creating a good first impression. When you meet someone, never shake hands while sitting and without making eye contact. If someone comes to greet you and you remain seated, the person shaking your hand will look at you from top to bottom, giving the impression of submission. Also, instead of making eye contact, some people have the habit of looking at the hand of the person they're greeting. If you greet someone and look at their hands instead of their eyes, your head will slightly tilt downward, giving an additional impression of submission. Therefore, when someone comes to greet you, stand up and look into that person's eyes as you greet them. The second tip: when you're talking in public and someone interrupts you, you need to fixate intensely on that person with a serious look. When they realize you're looking at them this way, they'll stop talking. At that point, ask for permission to continue from where you were interrupted. You can say something like, "Can I continue speaking?" or "Can I pick up from where I left off?" This person will realize they've been disrespectful to you and may feel uncomfortable. They'll give you permission to speak and understand that they shouldn't interrupt you again while you're talking. This is a very effective technique to use in public, and often it's not even necessary to look at that person intimidatingly. Just naturally fixating your gaze on them will make them realize they should stop talking when they feel the attention focused on them. The third tip: when you're with a group of friends and someone tries to make a joke to humiliate you, do exactly the following. First of all, don't react at all. Pretend you didn't understand or hear the joke. Then look at that person and ask them to repeat the joke. You can say something like, "Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Can you repeat it?" By doing this, you'll show people that the joke didn't affect you at all, and you can also divert the situation, making the person who made the joke uncomfortable due to the unexpected turn where you ask them to repeat it. So that person will have two options: change the subject or try to repeat the joke. However, a joke told a second time doesn't have the same comedic effect. By doing this, not only will you get out of an embarrassing situation, but you'll also turn the situation around on the person who tried to denigrate you. Now, let's move on to the fourth tip. The fourth tip is a psychological trick used by Thomas Shelby. Pay close attention when someone tries to provoke or anger you. Do exactly this to show that you're not playing their game. Ask a question or make a comment that has nothing to do with the current discussion. For example, you can ask that person if they know of a nearby place to get coffee, or make a comment like, "I think I went overboard with the perfume today." Of course, you need to make all of this seem as natural as possible so that the person doesn't realize you're doing it on purpose. This can make the person fall into their own provocation. Now, let's move on to the fifth and final tip: At the beginning of this video, we said that people are not obligated to respect you, but you're not obligated to tolerate your presence not being respected. If you start to see that people are unwilling to respect your presence, you'll use the fifth tip. The fifth tip is to withdraw, walk away. If you see that people are unwilling to respect your presence, then withdraw. It's better to be an appreciated absence than a devalued presence. Now, we ask you, have you ever experienced one of the situations mentioned in this video? How did you react? Leave a comment with your experience or thoughts. We'll read everything. See you in the next video.